Picture this for a moment. You wake up in the morning, you swing your legs off the bed, and suddenly there it is again, that sharp, burning, shooting pain running from your lower back down your hip, maybe all the way into your leg or foot. You pause. You sigh. And you think, is this just how life is after 50 now? If that sounds even a little familiar, stay with me because today's video might change the way you move, sit, walk, and even sleep from this point forward. If you're over 50 and dealing with sciatic pain, I want you to know something very important right away. You are not broken. Your body hasn't betrayed you. And no, you don't necessarily need aggressive treatments, endless medications, or to stop being active. In many cases, sciatica is your body's way of asking for the right kind of movement, not more rest, not more pushing through pain, but smarter, gentler, targeted exercises that calm the nerve instead of irritating it. Now let me be clear before we go any further. Sciatic pain can feel scary. It can be intense. And it can make even simple things like standing up from a chair, walking to the kitchen, or getting in and out of the car feel like a major challenge. But the good news is this. For many people over 50, sciatica improves dramatically when you focus on 4 key exercises that restore space, mobility, and balance around the lower spine, hips, and legs. Today, I'm going to walk you through these 4 exercises in a way that's safe, practical, and realistic for real bodies over 50. No gym required. No fancy equipment. No extreme stretching. Just movements you can do at home, at your own pace, that help reduce pressure on the sciatic nerve and bring relief over time. Before we dive in, let me quickly explain what's really going on, because understanding this makes all the difference. Sciatic pain isn't actually a problem with the nerve itself most of the time. The sciatic nerve is the largest nerve in your body, and it runs from your lower back, through your hips and glutes, and down each leg. When muscles around it get tight, weak, or imbalanced, especially the hips, glutes, and lower back, that nerve gets irritated. It doesn't like being compressed, stretched aggressively, or trapped. And when it's unhappy, it lets you know loud and clear. Over 50, this happens more easily because we sit more, we move less in certain directions, and we gradually lose strength in muscles that are meant to support our spine. So the goal here is not to stretch the nerve, but to create space and support around it. Keep that idea in mind as we go. The first exercise focuses on gently waking up your hips and lower back in a way that reduces stiffness without forcing anything. This is especially helpful if your sciatic pain feels worse in the morning or after sitting for a long time. I want you to imagine lying on your back on a comfortable surface, maybe a mat or even your bed. Your knees are bent, feet flat on the floor. From here, you're simply going to slowly rock your pelvis, flattening your lower back gently into the surface, then releasing it back to neutral. This movement is small. It's controlled. And it should never cause sharp pain. As you do this, focus on your breathing. Exhale as you gently flatten your lower back. Inhale as you relax. What this does is it improves circulation, reduces guarding in the lower back muscles, and reminds your spine that it can move safely again. For many people over 50, this simple motion alone brings noticeable relief because it takes pressure off irritated structures without stressing them. If at any point you feel pain shooting down your leg, make the movement even smaller or pause. Relief comes from patience here, not force. Think of it as calming the nervous system rather than stretching muscles. Now once you've done that for about a minute or 2, let's move into the second exercise, which targets one of the most common contributors to sciatic pain after 50, tight glute and hip muscles. Specifically, there's a deep muscle in your hip called the piriformis that sits right next to the sciatic nerve. When it gets tight, it can feel like the nerve itself is the problem, but really it's just being squeezed. For this movement, you're still on your back. Knees bent, feet on the floor. You're going to cross one ankle over the opposite knee, creating a gentle figure 4 shape. From here, instead of pulling aggressively, you simply hold that position and let gravity do the work. If you want a little more, you can gently bring the uncrossed knee toward your chest, but only to the point where you feel a mild stretch in the hip or glute, not pain. This should feel like a deep, relieving stretch in the back of the hip, not a sharp sensation down the leg. If you do feel nerve pain, back off immediately. Over time, this exercise helps reduce tension around the sciatic nerve and improves hip mobility, which is critical for walking, standing, and balance as we age. Hold this position while breathing slowly for about 20 to 30 seconds, then switch sides. Even if only one side hurts, it's important to do both sides to keep your body balanced. Now let's talk about the third exercise, because this one is a game changer for people over 50 with sciatica. One of the biggest mistakes people make is focusing only on stretching while ignoring strength. Weak glutes and core muscles force your lower back to work overtime, which increases nerve irritation. So we need gentle strengthening that supports your spine without loading it. For this, imagine lying on your back again with your knees bent and feet hip-width apart. From here, you're going to gently tighten your stomach muscles as if you're bracing for a cough, then slowly lift your hips just a few inches off the floor. You're not trying to make a big bridge. This is not about height. It's about control. As you lift, squeeze your glutes lightly and keep breathing. Hold for just a few seconds, then slowly lower back down. This teaches your glutes and core to work together, taking pressure off your lower back and sciatic nerve when you stand, walk, or climb stairs. If lifting your hips causes pain, reduce the range or even just practice tightening your glutes without lifting at first. Progress comes from consistency, not pushing through discomfort. Over time, this exercise helps restore stability to your pelvis, which is one of the most powerful ways to reduce sciatic flare-ups after 50. Now the fourth and final exercise brings everything together and focuses on improving mobility in a way that directly impacts your sciatic nerve during daily movement. This one can be done seated, which makes it very accessible if standing is uncomfortable. Sit upright in a chair with your feet flat on the floor. From here, slowly extend one leg forward, straightening the knee while keeping your back tall. As you straighten the leg, gently flex your foot so your toes point up toward the ceiling. You should feel a mild stretch along the back of the leg, not a sharp nerve pain. Here's the key: this is not about forcing the stretch. It's about slow, controlled movement. Straighten the leg, hold for a second or two, then slowly bend it back down. Think of this as teaching your nervous system that it can move safely again. This movement improves the glide of the sciatic nerve through the surrounding tissues without overstretching it. For many people over 50, this helps reduce that constant tight, pulling sensation down the leg and improves comfort when walking or sitting. Do this slowly for a few repetitions on each side, always staying within a pain-free range. Now, let me give you some very important guidance. These exercises work best when done consistently, not aggressively. You don't need to do them for an hour. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day can make a real difference over time. And it's normal for relief to be gradual. Sciatic pain often builds up slowly, and it usually eases the same way. Also, pay attention to how you sit and move during the day. Long periods of sitting, especially on soft couches, can aggravate sciatica. Try to stand up and move gently every 30 to 45 minutes. Small habits matter more than you think. If you ever feel worsening pain, numbness, or weakness, especially if it's sudden or severe, that's your cue to consult a healthcare professional. These exercises are meant to help common, movement-related sciatica, not replace medical care when it's needed. But here's what I want you to take away from this video. Being over 50 does not mean you have to live with sciatic pain forever. Your body is incredibly adaptable at any age when you give it the right signals. Gentle movement, smart strengthening, and patience can restore comfort, confidence, and freedom of movement far more often than people realize. If this video helped you even a little, do yourself a favor right now. Give it a like so more people over 50 dealing with sciatic pain can find it. Subscribe to the channel for more simple, science-backed exercises and health tips designed specifically for real adults, not fitness models. And let me know in the comments which exercise gave you the most relief or where you feel your sciatic pain the most. I read every single comment. Take care of your body, move with kindness, and I'll see you in the next video.